welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making some slow cooker dump bags. If you've followed me for a long time, you may have seen me make these before. They're so handy to have in your freezer for when you need a meal that you can stick into the slow cooker. I honestly feel like a superwoman whenever I make these and pull them out of the freezer. They're just so handy. So all they are is putting everything you need for a slow cooker meal into a bag, or if you have Tupperware big enough, you can use that as well, and then sticking them into the freezer, and then you can basically just take them out the night before you need them. They thaw overnight, and then you can stick them into your slow cooker in the morning and feel like you're already winning first thing in the morning. So we're gonna make 3 times 3, so I'm gonna make 9 big meals altogether. I'm gonna make 3 beef bourguignon slow cooker dump bags, and then I'm gonna make 3 huge turkey chilies and 3 vegetable curries as well. And then I can have these in the freezer for when I'm busy. This is the perfect thing to do if you're pregnant as well and you want to batch cook and just have some things in the freezer ready for when you're in the newborn stage, or if you've just got a busy time at work coming up, or the kids are off for Easter holidays, something like that. This is such a great thing to do to feel super organized, and I talk about slow cooker dump bags in my new book, which I will link in the description. It's actually available for pre-order now. It's coming out just before Mother's Day on the 7th of March, so I will link that. There are loads of tips in it about meal times, meal planning, meal prepping, batch cooking, all of it. There's a lot in the book. So anyway, with all that said, I will just get into it. So you'll want to start by getting out all of the ingredients that you're going to need. And first up, I'm going to show you the recipe for beef bourguignon slow cooker dump bags. These are my favorite because you don't have to pre-cook anything. They're so simple to make. So I'll normally start by writing on the bag any cooking instructions and also what it is, because sometimes when things freeze, they don't quite look the same. Sometimes a bolognese looks like a chili, etc. So then I'm going to put the bag into a bowl, and for this I'm just going to dump in some stew meat. I'm also going to put in a diced onion, and I'm also going to add in some cut up carrots, but you could add green beans or something like that. A ton of mushrooms, which actually cook down to nothing. And then I'm also going to add in a stock cube. I really like these Knorr slow cooked beef ones for this recipe. I'm also going to add in some salt, and then half a cup of apple juice and some pepper and garlic as well. I normally just use like garlic puree. I'll just squeeze it right in there because I'm a bit lazy. And that is literally it. That's how quick it is. And I went on to make 3 of these bags. So we're going to have 3 nights of beef bourguignon in the freezer that will serve all 5 of us. And it's also quite versatile. You can serve it with either mash, rice, or noodles. And next up, I wanted to show you the best recipe for turkey chili. This one is a little bit more work. You do have to pre-cook the mince and soften the onions and stuff like that, but it's almost worth it because it's really delicious and it's also super healthy. There is loads of fiber in it, like there's loads of beans, there's loads of veg. So again, I'm going to make 3 bags of this, and this actually makes a really big batch. This would probably serve about 8 people, but what we tend to do is have it for dinner one night, and then Matt and I will have it for lunch the next day or the next couple of days. So for this, I am going to fry off the mince. Like I said, I'm using turkey mince. You could probably use beef as well, but turkey is a little bit leaner. So I'm going to do that in one pan, and then in another pan, I'm going to soften the onions, add a bit of garlic, and then once they're soft, I'm also going to add in the pepper as well. So there's 1 yellow pepper, 1 red pepper, and 1 green pepper. I'm just going to kind of soften all of that together, and then I'm kind of gonna keep repeating because I'm making 3 batches of this. I actually did it in batches, so I did 1 lot of mince, put it to the side to cool, because obviously you want things to cool before you put them into the dump bags as well. Then I'm going to write on the bag the cooking instructions, so 8 hours on low. And then I also added that when you go to put it in the slow cooker, you should also add a cup of water as well. So anything like that, you can obviously just write on the bag, and now that everything is kind of fried off, I'm just going to assemble the dump bags. Of course, I will link all of the recipes in the description down below. This is one I just found online on a website, and there's more ingredients to this, but I'll just quickly show you. First up, I've added in the mince to the bag, then I've added in some black beans and some red kidney beans, which I drained and rinsed. Then I add in some chopped tomatoes, some tomato passata, and then all of the seasoning basically. So we're adding a tablespoon of brown sugar, some salt, and then you can add in some hot sauce depending on what temperature you want to go for. Obviously, if kids are eating it, you might want to not make it so hot, but if it's just for you guys, obviously you can go crazy. I'm also adding in some garlic powder, some cayenne pepper, some oregano, a little bit of chili powder as well, and then I added in some mixed spice as well. So you kind of just chuck it all into the bag, and then that is pretty much it. We're going to stick this into the freezer, and then as I said, when we need it, I will take it out the night before, let it thaw completely throughout the night, and then in the morning you just chuck it into your slow cooker. I'm going to cook it on low for 8 hours. I'm adding in 2 cups of water, but I actually thought it was a little bit too watery, so I think you should probably just put 1 cup in, but obviously you can have a look at it while it's cooking. This makes the house smell amazing, and you can obviously serve it with rice or on a jacket potato or something like that, but yeah, it is a very nice one. And the last recipe that I wanted to show you guys is for a delicious veggie chili. We have adapted this slightly because we also fry halloumi and mix it with mango chutney and put it on top. And we also serve it with naan, and it's so good. So I'm just going to write on the bag, cook on low for 6 hours and add 100 ml of water. And then I'm going to get started with just chucking stuff in. So it's really nice. You don't have to cook anything for this one either. So I'm adding in some onions, I'm adding in some red lentils, I'm also adding in some butternut squash. I basically cut up 1 big squash and I'm going to put it across 3 different slow cooker dump bags. Then I'm also going to add in 2 tablespoons of ginger, which was really nice. And then also some ground cumin, of course. And then the paste that we bought, it's brilliant. You can get a big jar of paste like this, and it works out perfectly across all 3 of the slow cooker dump bags. Then I'm going to add in some chopped tomatoes and a can of coconut milk. So if you prefer, you can leave the coconut milk out and then add it in when you actually go to slow cook it, because it does really make it freeze. So it's a bit longer to thaw, but it's completely up to you. I was just being super lazy today. I'm also going to add in some vegetable stock, just a stock cube, and then that's pretty much it. This one is like a bit more soupy, but then when you cook it in the slow cooker, the lentils obviously grow and it becomes a lot thicker, and it's so tasty. And then, as I said, the little adaptation that we've done is we just fry halloumi. We mix a tablespoon or 2 of mango chutney with it once they're fried, and it makes it so delicious. You can serve this curry with rice and naan bread. My kids love curry. It's one of their #1 meals, and we try to eat vegetarian at least 3 to 4 nights a week, just because it's more sustainable and it's good for you and it's delicious. So yeah, those are all of the recipes I wanted to show you guys. Okay guys, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and of course all of the recipes that I've shared will be in the description as well. And if you're new here and you've made it this far in the video, I would love you to subscribe and stick around for more. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.